Hi, this video is an introduction to a program that we have at Tamayaha called Net Control. It manages not only the network as far as the students are concerned, what they can and can't do. So to start Net Control on our devices, click Net Control, and it brings up this window here. Now this is just an RPT, so you can see we have 10 devices. Represented by the 10 icons. Net Control allows you to not only look at what the students are doing, but also to interact with them. So it's kind of a quick overview here. So the first part is control, and this allows me to control with this device here, which is now PT number 4, to either permit or allow certain restrictions. So first thing I want to do at the end of every lesson, if they're not paying attention, then I click on here, I beg your pardon, I click on this button here called lock. And what it's going to do, when I click on this, you'll see that it locks the screen. So it doesn't delete any work they've got open, it doesn't cancel any games or close any games, it simply locks the screen. So that as it says up here, I have their undivided attention. So they can do whatever they like with the mouse, they can do whatever they like with the keyboard, but as long as that screen is there, looking like that, they won't be able to do anything. So the first response is normally to look around and wonder what I'm on about, I'm wondering what I want. Okay, so once I've had their attention, I've said what I wanted to do, want to say, I can then go and release that person's screen. So whatever they had up on that screen will stay there. If at the end of the day, or end of the period, I want them all to not only to save their work, but to shut them down, to restart them. So again, we've got this one screen here. First thing I'll do is, after perhaps giving them a verbal warning to save their work, is I'll go and lock them down. Okay, so they can't do anything. And then once I've done that, then I go in and I can just restart it automatically. So forced restart will basically, as it says there, again, this is something they can't control, they can't stop the restart happening, or I can just shut them down permanently. Also what I can do on here is with the device activated, I guess, I can look at the restrictions, so I can turn the speaker off if I want to, by clicking on mute, permanently, or until I've restarted the client computer, permanently. What we have done on all devices, we've disabled the floppy drive. We've also disabled the USB drives and the printing. We can block the internet permanently if we want to, or we can enable the internet. If they're using a particular program that I don't want them to use, currently they're not showing on here because the device isn't working, basically isn't functional, isn't being used. Any programs they have open up on here, and I'll do open one now on the device, and you'll see a program coming up. But first of all, I need to unlock the machine, so I'll just quickly unlock number 4, which is what I'm using. And then we should see the person, which should be me, logging on to the device. So also under control, so we can see what I'm doing on the other device. I'll bring up control, so I can see at a glance what the person is doing on their screen, and then I can also interact with them. So this is what happened. This is what's happening now on the device that I'm just about to start up. So I'll open some programs on here, and then we'll see how we can disable those programs. So I'm just going to load on here, log on here. So if I had wanted to, I could have done that automatically from where I'm sitting at now, from my screen, from my computer. Okay, so I've just logged onto that device here. We can see it loading now, see it connecting to the network. With my being in control of this particular device, the beauty of this function is that if someone is having problems with their work, then I can bring up their screen and I can say, okay, well, you need to do this and you need to do that. So my shortcut keys work on my device as if I'm operating the other device that I'm using now. So let's just start a program on here. Let's play some music. The music the students have access to is in student read. Folder school turn through music. So let's play some music on this other device. And you can see it's playing there. And you may be able to hear it. So this person's working away. I can see what they're doing. But if I want their attention, I'm just going to go up here and lock. So their screen will lock. The music will still play, but at least I've got their attention. I've given them back their screen. Now I want to turn their speakers off. Click the wrong button. So I'm going to mute permanently. Occasionally that'll work, but if it doesn't, then I'm just going to come up here to the programs that he's got running. You can see they're running media player. Click on there. Send it over here. Apply immediately. And close. And now if we have a look at the student's device, come up to control. And when I try and play this music now, it'll come up with a message. Okay, basically media player isn't going to work because I have disabled it. So that's a quick look at controls. So if a student is having difficulty with a particular piece of work, let's bring up a document on here. Quickly go to one of the students' folders. Manage users. And remember, I can only do this because I've logged in. I've logged onto the machine itself. So students can't do this. So let's say Kaya is having problems with his worksheet. He doesn't understand what he has to do. Then on my screen, on my device, I can bring it up and say, so he may have a problem with, you'll see he's already answered these questions, but he might not know what metastasis is. So I can tell him, I can either put the answer in here for him, or tell him where he needs to look to find the answer. So that's a quick overview on control. I can broadcast the contents of that screen to anybody else by broadcasting. I can take a screenshot of what they have on their screen for future reference for whatever reason. Shut down we've already looked at, and lock we've already looked at. Let's have a look now at messaging, because another function that I use quite often is, let's see, come out of here. Another function I use quite often is when I'm chatting to one of the other students. Can be anywhere on the site. So once I've selected them, and I click on speech. Once a student has headphones, then we can chat, and I can communicate with them using the software. So their microphone is enabled, and we can chat about whatever it is. So if Kaya is still having problems with this particular piece of work, I can not only talk to him about it, but I can control his screen and help him through it. So I might say to him, the answer for this is in a particular section on the website. So that's how we can communicate with the students. Another way of doing that is with messaging, is with a chat function here. So with the device selected, click on chat, I can send them a message. How are things going? Press enter. And when I come back and look at the student's screen, by going to connections and to control, we'll be able to see that my message came up on that person's screen, because we'll be able to bring up the screen in a moment. And there's a message that came from me. How are things going? and they can reply, so we can either have a verbal conversation or we can converse using chat. Another function I have with messaging is I might send them a simple message, so I might say things like log off in 1 minute please. So with the device selected, the message up here, which is just gone, but I'll bring it back, and pressing the A, send quick message, and we should see the message appear on the student screen. So we check that by going to control, and we should see the message appear. So that's another verbal reminder to the kids to say log off after this please, or you can send them whatever sensible message you want, or you can just go into control and shut them down straight away. So that's messaging, communicating either with chats or with speech. And the last tool we'll look at very quickly is advanced tools. Now I haven't used this a lot, and it's more to do with creating workspaces, saving workspaces, so I can create a group with a certain number of students or particular devices. So in this situation I could have 3 from Ngāwhiti, 3 from Te Rā, and 3 from Marama in one group, and I can be working with them independently. I don't know whether this software will be rolled out across all the other sites, but it's certainly proving invaluable up here in terms of managing what these students do and how they interact with the devices. So that's it for now. Keep an eye out for other videos. I hope it's been helpful.